defeated my mind and my body. But there's one thing I say and always keep.
This world shall know pain.
His come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
What is up, peeps? It is time for another long-awaited episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, David the Smash Fan.
Mister.
Japorean, what's up, people?
And unfortunately, we do not have Shark King with us or Boricua Senpai. They were not able to make it today.
Yeah, because it's been, 4 to 5 weeks?
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of things have been happening in the background for
In the
our
back
side
room
here,
side?
for the brothers here. And then just a bunch of people's lives are just... timing has been kind of hard, but everything should be okay now. Next time,
I hope.
everyone should be here. But we've been
Stop.
doing our things.
Yeah, we have. It's true. But it's okay. We have lots to talk about.
Lots.
Lots. And I don't even know where to begin. Let's start with something
Controversial.
we want to start with something controversial. Freak.
Sure,
You know
I guess.
what?
Yeah, let's do controversial.
No, I want to talk about this. Okay.
All right, what
This is
you
the first. It's in our Discord thing, and I'm pretty sure all of us, except for Mr. Mister, has read all but 2 of these. But I think it was this week, or was it last week? The final chapter of Oshinoko.
It was this week.
Yeah, this
I
week, okay.
heard it was...
Okay, wait. Don't say. So we finally, it
Something.
finished. Okay, it finally finished.
The show is over.
The manga's over. The show, I think, is going to go for a 3rd season.
And the movie.
And is that a movie they're
Nah,
going to
it's
do?
good.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
good. I don't even know.
Be like, this
It
is
might-
bullshit.
Although, the live-action Oshinoko episodes drop in a couple of weeks, and then they're going to have a movie.
I think they might dress up, darling, live action. I think it's on episode 3.
I don't know.
How about they do a second season for My Dress Up Darling instead
They
of
are.
doing a live action?
They are, but they want to do
It took
this
like
for
7 years.
Well, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
When
Complain.
did My Dress Up Darling come out? Before COVID?
20,
No,
no,
what's after?
like 2022? No, 2021. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, it's been a few years.
So, Oshinoko.
Oshinoko. So Oshinoko finally finished. So if you don't know
The premise.
this show, a premise at all, basically it begins with a doctor and a terminally ill patient, right? And the doctor, they're both fans of this idol called Ai. And you find out that she's going to be in the hospital, going to give birth to twins. Anyway, these two, the cancer patient and him, she dies from the cancer and he gets killed. And then they reincarnate, I guess. I don't know if that's the correct term, but they come back.
They come
back as the
Dragon Ball.
kids of Ai.
Of the idol.
Yeah, of the idol.
Twins.
And then this is all in the first hour and a half long episode. The thing about her is that she's really good at lying. That's all she does. She really just puts on a fake persona.
Why? Because that's what idols do.
Yeah, that's what
That's the
idols do.
premise
Yeah,
of
that's the
the-
premise. And then what happens is she gets killed. And the kids who remember is the doctor and the terminally ill kid from before. They have their memories from their past lives. They can talk to each other. Or they can speak coherently, but they're trying to act coco like babies. The mother dies, and so now their whole goal, or at least the guy's goal, his name is Aqua, as the new kid. He wants to take revenge on the person who killed his mom and his favorite idol. So that's basically the premise of the show. Like, very bare bones premise. And it's basically him and then his sister Ruby growing up and how she wants to become an idol like her mom was, because in her past life she also loved and wanted to be an idol but couldn't because of her illness. So that's basically the very basic premise of the show.
Okay.
And it's been huge. It's been very popular.
Yeah.
It
Like
was very successful in the beginning.
It still is.
It's been still successful.
Still is.
Like all the way up, even up to now, like it's been success. Like people loved the story, and I'm not gonna lie, the story has been great. Like all the little steps and all of the things that he put in place to finally reveal who the killer was, and like what his choice was to do with that information. It was really cool because you see this kid who all he ever wants to do is just get revenge. He just wants this person to either die or suffer, whatever. You know, he wants something to be done for what he did to his mom and his favorite idol.
Which is really cool because I like the premise because it also talks about what goes on in the idol industry or later entertainment industry, at least from Japan. So that was kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, and you get to see like also his sister Ruby kind of fall into this madness kind of as well because you get a revelation because she loved the doctor. Okay, the doctor that took care of her. And
Doctor Who?
Yeah. Doctor Who? Shut up. And then so in spoilers, you haven't read this. It was in the second season of the anime. So I haven't seen it. It already finished like what, 3 weeks ago, the anime?
More like
a
4 or
month.
5, yeah.
Yeah, more like a month ago. So you haven't seen it. That's on you. Basically, she finds the body of the doctor that he has been killed.
Doctor Who?
Shut up. And so now you start seeing.
Question: When he died, was he like? Did he just go missing?
No, he was walking. I think he was walking towards either to the hospital or away from the hospital, and he gets stabbed.
But like, they found were they looking for his body or like
They found his
looked
body.
for him. They
found
never
it and they buried him? Or
Ruby
never found it?
Ruby found the body, but the police never found his body.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Okay.
So she finds the grave, and so now the whole thing is like they try to show like the like true intentions of the people of like the three main characters. So Aqua, and Ruby, and so they have like these stars that you see like in their eyes. And Ruby, when she finds out that the doctor's been killed, like she's consumed, like she has lots of hatred to whoever did this. So you see her eye pattern turn dark, is black. So, and it's cool. It's actually like if you watch the anime, they have like this anime because they have an idol group that she's the lead singer in, and they make a music video like for one of the endings or the final ending, and all throughout the entire video you do see her eye and it has the black star in it. And it's really interesting. But anyway, so this is what's happening. Now this is where I have some issues, and
Of course you do.
so here's the thing:
though.
is the story
he
was.
shouldn't. But
Yes, I
anyways,
am.
okay, go on.
So
Tell me.
Aqua
Complain.
has had this great personal character development throughout the entire thing. The only thing he really focused on was using people to get what he wanted, using people to get to his ultimate goal of revenge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he already knew where he was.
But what
where he
you've
was trying to
seen
do.
in the past, like last two arcs, is you see he's changed a lot. Like yes, he still like wants revenge, but you see he's a lot more caring to the people that he quote unquote used. And you see this really development that he's not really wanting to live just for revenge.
So he has a moment in the story to make a choice.
Yeah,
Whether or not to continue that revenge aspect or to actually live his life.
Yeah, and so my personal beef with it is that he had all this character development be like, there's more to life than just revenge, and he chooses revenge at the end. And now it's just like,
Well, he should stay the course where he was trying.
no,
to
he
do that
doesn't
the whole
have
time.
to. That's the thing.
No, but I'm saying like it's fitting in that sense because
I don't think
he's
it
been
is.
trying
I
to
think
do
it would.
since he was born, and to finish off his goal is fitting. Yes, I can understand where he can change and not do it. That's fine, but I think that's.
I think
like,
it
that's
speaks
safe.
very poorly to his character, in my opinion, for what they've done in the story to make him who
Well,
he
true,
is.
because I haven't read it, so I don't know. But like if just from an outside perspective, from that, it should stay that way because that's like like I said, from an outside perspective, that's what he's been striving to do since he found out, since he's known.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
it's like you've been
his end
striving to
goal.
do this, and then you kind of wave, and then you become this. You see,
Start changing,
your life is actually a lot better when you're not focusing on just this thing that's
Yeah.
only on revenge. And he's like, yes, this is a life I want, and everyone can be happy, and he can still have his sort of revenge in a way. They're still awakening at both. Like you really can.
No, I get
and
you.
he's like, nope, I'm just gonna be sacrificial lamb, and I really didn't like it. That whole last 2-3
You wanna
chapters,
see
I was
how
like,
I got
"Ugh."
these scars.
But anyway, so I know I'm not the only one, but I know there's a lot of people that are completely opposite, which I know Paul is.
Of course.
So I'll have you talk.
All right, so I'm gonna say on that, especially when the aspect of revenge, I think this is why I like the story a lot more than it's not your typical happy ending. If you're expecting for a happy ending, all your ship, your romance ships to be like the way that you expect it, You're not gonna get it. And I know a lot of people, a lot of fans were like really mad because this character didn't end up with this character. Oh, this it's horrible writing. And the way that it appeals to me in this story, it's a very realistic ending, which in reality, I think that's how an ending should be.
Realistic?
Yeah.
What part of this is realistic?
Okay, if you take away the whole
The revenge?
hold on, you take away the whole reincarnation aspect, okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because
Take
they
that
don't
away.
explain that. Basically, at this particular point, Aqua makes the choice. He had the option to continue to pursue what he like the happy ending, but the only reason that he chose what he needed to do is to protect his sister, and that shows a lot of caring. And he didn't want to bring anybody else down, and that's why he made a particular sacrifice, which it was shocking. But I think, in a sense, and going back with the whole premise of the idol industry, there are so many, things that we don't know that goes behind the closets.
Yeah, true. He's got a point.
And I think that's what at least for me, how it should convey that there's not going to be a happy ending for everybody, especially in the idol industry.
Yeah.
And I guess we're talking spoiler-ish in a way.
Spoiler, we talked about what happens to him.
Well,
What do you mean it's spoilerish?
at the end, everybody has to keep moving forward and going
Which
on.
is fine.
Which I do
But-
feel like, okay, well, you can either dwell on the past and start suffering and continue suffering for the rest of your life, but everybody else learned to move on. Of course, they were
No,
angry.
but that's the whole point. Is that Ruby? She's pretending to move on, which is again, it's a whole. We did a whole 360 of
Yeah, it
like
goes
the
back to the
eyes
whole
go
life.
back to,
Right.
and I don't like that. I do not like that. I think
Why?
that is because I don't want them to be back to. It's kind of like when people had issues with Attack on Titan, like the actual like the final ending. It's like now we're back to this cycle again. Which Attack on Titan, for me personally, I liked. It was good.
All right.
This one I don't like. It's just like you basically became your mom, and how are you protecting your sister by making her always lie, not genuinely be happy, or at least be accepting of. She's just like, nope, I'm just going to continue to lie.
Yeah, because you have to understand that's how the whole industry is all about.
Yeah,
they
and-
have
and-
dead bodies in their closet. They don't want to show up. They don't want to talk about it, but they have to keep moving forward.
And that's why I don't like it, because I hate that industry. I've talked to you about this.
Then why did you read this
immensely.
manga? This is the premise.
Because
of the
again, I was like, he's gonna have something up his, because Aqua he likes to have these contingency plan. I'm like, he's gonna have something. Maybe my actual thought was like, maybe he's gonna fake his death, and somehow he's only gonna tell Ruby, and be like, you know what, I have to fake this. I'm dead, but I'll still be there, like cheering you on, type of something like that, where he's like, everyone else thinks he's dead, but she doesn't. She knows something that's actually true. They can make it as a lie. They'd be like, yeah, he's still grieving, but she actually knows in her heart that he's alive. I was thinking like that, something like that. So I didn't like that is just this whole thing. And again, I don't like the K-pop industry. I don't like the J-pop industry. I think it's all trash.
And then you
All
listen
these
to all their
people think-
music.
No, I don't. I only listen to Twice. Twice is the only group that I will ever, at
Les
any
Seraphim,
point...
Epic High, Blackpink.
Epic High's K-pop. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You're telling me K-pop.
They
No.
consider in the general sense.
No, I'm not talking about general senses. I'm talking
So-
about this category. No, because I researched this. I did this for Hip Hop Soiree. They are rap. They are Korean rap.
But they were considered.
I don't care what they're
Generally.
considered. I know what they are.
Where their genre lies in is rap.
The genre is rap. People
There
can
you
say
go.
the Korean K-pop, but they know.
Well, no, I can understand it, where you put it in a blank, where you put these artists on a blanket cover type of thing, where it's like,
Yeah.
So I can understand where
I
he's
understand
saying,
it's-
but you're saying their narrowness is that.
But it's like saying like Drake. Like Drake is like, why would Drake is not considered pop, even though most of his hits are pop. Right? They're hitting the pop charts, even though he's
Yeah.
rap. But
Yeah.
that's his genre is rap. You may disbelieve that it's not, but
He's pop.
that's what they are. So Epic High is rap. I don't care if people say
No,
they're
don't get me
Korean
wrong.
pop.
Like, I don't disagree with. I'm talking
And I don't
about
think- but I don't think they are.
But the point
Do they
is that I'm
dance?
trying.
Do they have these people that
They do
are
dance.
Do they
can
have
dance
like
if
the
they want
main
to.
dancer?
They
Do they
can
have
make
like the main
girlfriends.
They have a
rapper?
dance.
No,
If
I
you
didn't
don't
say
Even
they
the
have a
DJs
dance.
rap. I saw
I
them
didn't
live.
say a
Girlfriend
dance.
of
I said,
mine.
do they have a quote unquote main dancer, a quote unquote main vocalist, a quote unquote backup vocal, a quote unquote?
They have a main rapper, backup rapper, and the guy who makes the song.
Because they're all rappers. Yeah, that makes sense.
But they
That's
make
not-
also.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
it's
going
not-
back to Oshinoko, okay?
God.
So, yeah, because we're going, like, taking a little back. I mean, this is the whole aspect. I think, for me, it basically gives you behind scenes of what goes in the idol industry. And I think this story from beginning to end has provided that.
Sadly, it lines up with how the idol industry would work it in that way. So that's where he says it makes sense.
But
I'm just saying what he's saying. I'm not agreeing with it. Relax. I'm just saying that's how it would line up.
That's fine. You can agree with him if you
and
want.
You don't need to like it because that's how it would realistically be.
I just know that I personally think this is for me the worst ending of this year. And this year has tons of contestants. Jujutsu Kaisen is number one. That is the stupidest ending. Fudge you. He wanted to piss on everyone. Be like, you like my story? Piss. That's what he was.
What other mangas had bad endings?
My Hero.
My Hero.
Yeah.
My Hero.
Oh,
but
My
this is the thing.
Hero.
My Hero.
It was better than those two.
No,
My Hero-
you're talking with the bias My Hero had right now. So whatever you said.
No. No. My Hero had a bad ending.
My
but
Hero
it
had a
better
bad
than those
ending.
two.
It did
It's
have a
better
bad
than
ending.
those two.
Like that final chapter, like the whole. I don't understand why Horikoshi thought it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make him a normal guy who has no one. Not like no one remembers it, but he has no recognition outside of the people that were there. Freaking Monoma has a freaking statue out there in central wherever in Japan, and Deku has nothing. I'm like, are you serious? You think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
You honestly think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
And I just want to punch him in the face. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever
He
heard.
doesn't need to be this idol.
Idol.
You're gonna tell me Monoma. You're gonna tell me Monoma deserves to have an effing statue.
I never said he
That's what
deserved
you're
it.
telling me right now.
I'm saying
That's what you're telling me right now.
I'm saying Deku was never wanted to be this idol. He just wanted to be the best hero.
Yeah, I know.
Monoma
But what
obviously
happened?
wants to be
What
famous
was that in-
for the lady, so of course he would have that. Those are two different things. That's why it
you
makes
think-
sense with him. That's why he has if anything, he would be the one who paid for it and set it up and be like, look,
I don't
got
think they
statue.
did. It based on the way that they
But
talk
I'm saying,
about
like,
it.
in that sense. That would makes more sense for him. Whereas Deku is very just upfront. Like he doesn't want that. He's just like, I did what I needed to do and I moved on.
He didn't move on. That's the whole
In that
point.
sense, he moved on.
It went back to square zero.
He went back to square zero.
Like a
'cause
back
he
circle.
was sad. Remember?
No, I'm just telling
Remember,
you.
The
Eraser
circle
had-
goes back.
I'm
See?
saying that's how
and that's
he
why it
would-
was dumb.
That's
These
why
all
he would
things
see.
that they circle back things, and Oshinoko to me did the worst. Then it was Jujutsu Kaisen, and then the least worst one, but still bad, was My Hero. Jujutsu Kaisen, again, he just pissed on everyone. Didn't care what everyone. He's like, you're gonna set up all these things. There's gonna be these internal conflicts
How you
between
gonna split your
between
separate
the
ways
families,
and do this and
between all the families in the Jujutsu Kaisen area. They're gonna have like an internal war. I don't care about that. You're gonna have oh my gosh, now I forget his name. Who's
Tenma?
Tenma?
Isn't that guy's name Tenma?
Itadori?
No, the one that has the spirits.
Spirits.
The one whose dad gets killed by Gojo. In the. I can't remember.
Oh, he's talking about
Megumi?
Megumi. Yeah,
Oh my bad.
like there was this whole premise like, is Megumi actually really Megumi or not? Like, no, they don't address that. And then freaking my gosh, what's his name? Who was the main bad guy? And I forgot his name. Sukuna. You can reincarnate. What are you gonna do? I'm just gonna live my life. I'm gonna live with a lady friend.
Hey, let him if he's gonna reincarnate and be. A good
Where does
guy.
that come from? Where in the F does this come from? He just pulls it out of his butt. Be like, here you go. You want this? Here's
Reincarnation.
your happy ending.
Talk no jutsu, bro.
Here's
Yeah,
your
man.
happy ending. Here's your then,
Talk no jutsu.
No.
He pulled it straight from Naruto. He's like, let's just pull it.
and then
talk
how
no
the end
jutsu.
of it? Just like, oh, we're gonna go on another mission.
There you go. That's fine.
Stupid.
See, if I were to compare between those three, I still pick Oshinoko as the good ending.
No, Oshinoko is the worst ending.
No.
It's the bottom
It's because
one.
you-
then
your
Jujutsu,
expectations.
and then My Hero.
I completely
It's
agree with
because-
that.
No, it's because again, I think as a whole, I don't like that whole. If you want to do the whole circle thing, fine.
Well, think about this. At the end, there's not like a whole circle because at the end, he accomplished it. He figured out who was the one who killed.
She's still not happy though. Ruby will suffer the entire rest of her
but
life.
he had to make that sacrifice.
No, he didn't. He didn't have to.
Well,
That's the point.
He
Relax.
chose. He chose
Jeez
to make
Louise,
that
you can
sacrifice,
talk.
so he can have her sister to be happy.
She-
Even
He
though,
chose
like,
it.
no,
He chose it.
He chose
He chose
it.
it. He
She's
chose it.
not happy though. That's the whole
Well,
point.
of course not, because if you think about it, she also wants to love him.
In the even after that, even the prologue, she is not happy. She has to fake it. Again,
But she has to
didn't
move
complete-
forward. She has to move forward.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't. Meet
she does.
But it doesn't meet the fact. It doesn't complete his objective, which was also to keep her happy, which it didn't work. She's not happy.
I feel like
Sometimes the best answers don't make you happy.
yeah. I was going to say, in this
I don't think
particular
it was
case,
the best answer.
no, in this
That's my
particular,
whole thing.
in this particular
That's
case,
you.
I
Yeah,
do
that's
feel
fine.
like he made that sacrifice from his perspective, so she can have a normal and happy life. That's the main reason that he was also kind of reincarnated,
chose
because
what he
he was here to protect her.
Yep.
And he managed to do that. Of
He
course,
could
making the
protect- but again,
sacrifice. And of
he's-
course, she's not happy because in reality, she actually was in love with her brother, which is another weird thing.
Well,
But it was.
And you wanted to have that? I don't think that's correct.
No, I think he
So,
would have. No, here's the thing.
I feel
Is
like
I think he would have picked what's her name, Kana. Me personally, because he had already said he actually talked a little bit about how he needed to respond to her feelings, and that he does have a soft spot for her.
oh, I will hate that because I prefer Akane over Kana.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
But
either
still,
one.
regardless, it doesn't matter
It
because
doesn't matter.
he's not
but
there.
If he would have choose either one of those, sure.
No, I think
Ruby
this-
would have not. Ruby, I think if at the end, if they had changed it and he did survive, if he had chosen to be with Ruby, that would have been even worse.
he wasn't going to choose her.
I know he wasn't, but again,
Exactly.
people wanted
So-
that.
They wanted
are
that. They
weird,
wanted
bro.
Kana. They
Who
wanted
cares?
the other
Like,
girl
people-
as well.
If you wanted
People-
Kana, Akane
people
or
are
Kana,
just-
fine. I would
they-
agree
No,
with
I
one
think
of those two.
like with this
Over that.
with this
It's
particular answer, I
weird.
feel like with making the sacrifice, I think that's great. And
He
I
chose
think it's
he chose
completely-
the best outcome that he
because
thought
think
would
about it,
I don't think
all the
so.
great
No, he
stories,
thought it
he
would
had to
be.
make the sacrifice.
Yeah,
Aaron
he chose the best outcome
had
that
to make
he
a
thought would be
sacrifice.
the best
Night,
outcome.
Death Note. The guy from Code Geass, what's his name? Lelouch. Lelouch.
No,
douche.
Lelouch. You say it right or you don't say
I
it
got
well.
luck to. But anyways, I
But
do
again, those
personally
ones
feel-
make sense. The
I do
things
feel
that-
like this makes sense as well.
I don't think it does.
I think the thing is
Because
I
Lelouch
think
was
the
super
mangaka,
smart, and he's like,
went-
he needed
did
to
this
be
too
the bad
fast.
guy, and he's like, if I'm the bad guy and they actually kill me, the people are gonna come united. They're gonna be. This is what's gonna happen. The same thing with Watchmen, right? I forget his name. He made Dr. Manhattan the bad guy so that everyone could come together and stop fighting with each other. I understand all those. Those are good. This one I think is just dumb. I don't think.
I
he
mean,
needed to.
Didn't he just end it too? Like he just ended it. Like that was the final chapter. Like
No, it was like
did he not give anybody like
Aqua dies.
he stabs him and
He stabs himself.
Yeah.
First of all,
No. I meant like
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
the
telling you this.
mangaka just finish it like abruptly.
no. So
No.
this is what I'm telling you.
This has a proper
I
ending.
think it's like five
I didn't say
chapters.
proper. I'm just saying.
I think five
finished
chapters.
it.
Like he stabs himself and he makes it seem like the other guy killed him. Then he's drowning and talking to himself. And the third one, he actually dies. And there's like a funeral. And then there's like another prologue about
epilogue.
Akane that's talking about like this is what happened afterwards. And then the final chapter is saying we have to move
happened after.
on. And Ruby's still performing. She's going to perform at the whatever stadium, but she's not happy, and she's lying to everyone, and that's it.
well, yeah.
Okay then.
So it did have. Again, I think it's horrible.
See, by the way that you explain it, it provides all the answers that you wanted. Not that you're exactly
The
the
answers
ending
may
that you
not be-
prefer.
They gave you the what
But they actually wrap everything down
they
properly.
gave you what you needed, not what you wanted. That's a difference.
Yeah. Which I do feel like going back to the whole idol industry, it basically tells you what it's all about.
This is why you should.
What's
This is why we
love
should
got to
burn
do
the
with it?
idol industry. I hate it. I hate all of you that support it, especially you, Paul.
Dude, all your
Stop
fans.
Going,
All the
I don't care.
fans.
You're
You're-
stupid. Y'all Korean people, stop it. You're the one that makes them be like.
You're being
You,
racist.
you all,
Yeah, man.
they all-
Look at he's
You
so trigger.
all-
He's so trigger.
all
You know how many they all? You know how many all be like? How can so and so have a boyfriend? She needs to be with solo.
The Korean netizens.
Their skirt is too short.
To separate the Korean
Their skirt is
citizens.
no. This is
no. You have to
there's-
separate the Korean
there's
citizens
Asian- there-
with the
there's
netizens.
England.
The netizens.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about K-pop stans.
Yeah.
I'm talking about not
Dude,
yeah, they're netizens.
K-pop stans.
Shinoko is in Japan, dude.
Netizens.
And Japanese one.
Any of
You
those-
have a boyfriend. You have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You better
It's-
shave your head and apologize
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
those are dumb.
Because
Those are dumb.
no,
Those are dumb. I
Don't
agree
try to
with you.
defend this.
I'm not
Stupidest
defending
thing.
it.
No,
I'm just telling you, that, especially going with the Shinoko, how realistic it is.
This is why it's dumb. That's why I don't like it. That's why it's bottom 3. It's the worst. It's the worst
I
one
disagree.
of this entire.
I disagree. This is a controversial ending.
It's the
Of course,
worst
that's
one.
a good way to start for our listeners, man.
Yeah, good. That's how we started with the brand.
So anyway,
Stupid
Talk about
Oshinoko.
another round. Moving forward, like I said, I do prefer it, but let's move to another topic because there's a lot to talk about. Joker. I gotta say, I end up watching the movie. I want to talk about it. Of
If you
course.
said you liked it, I'm not going to let you finish.
First of
your
all,
sentence.
if
you said you like, just
Hold on.
get it out of the way.
Hold on. First
No,
of all,
wait, let him
hold on,
speak.
first of all,
Diego, let him cook. as the kids
I
say.
watched this online. I didn't actually want to spend money on
Good.
that.
Watch it
Good.
online. I
Yeah.
didn't even know it was
Good,
online.
good. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
He-
Anyways.
he went to a super legal site to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
support
okay,
all
yeah.
your artists. But
fuck
I
it.
was kind of curious because I told you before, like when you saw the trailer, it's like, well, let's give it a chance. I'm still gonna watch it just to see what it's like, and then I can give my opinion. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is a trailer, it's gonna be horrible, everything sucks. No, I decided to just give it a shot. And I do gotta say, even though I'm the one who loves the art, the artistic, the music, all the little aspects on that, this movie sucks.
Good.
But interesting enough, I was doing some research on this. Quentin Tarantino, he loves this movie. He loves this movie with a passion
That's
because,
sad.
and the reason
You know why? This is why also I hate Oshinoko and why I hate Jujutsu Kaisen's ending. Because of this exact reason. Why, Paul? Tell me why.
Because it's basically making fun of the fans and like basically giving the middle finger to the fans, like, hey, this is
Like,
just
F you.
And with this movie, I really feel like it's definitely I completely agree on this movie. This is like horrible. The execution was bad. What's the name of the actor? What's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's a great actor overall. I think most of his roles has been great, but with this movie, it had a lot. It had his story, trying to be a funny guy, trying to replicate some of the elements in the old movie, which the first Joker movie. It's a great movie. I definitely like that movie, but it basically turned like a 180 or 360. When I knew how you actually were to express this, but it was great. And at the end, oh, guess what? This is not the real Joker. It's somebody else, which is the dumbest thing ever, too.
Psych, gotcha bit.
Which I feel like that's a way to like mess with all the fans as well. So in reality, yeah, this is horrible. Even Joaquin Phoenix, when they were showing a screening of this movie, there's a clip of him talking to Lady Gaga, and he's like not happy with the movie as well.
I want to be happy with it too. Fudge that.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was thinking like even Lady Gaga could bring it up a bit, but it was like a mess.
No, she's a ditty.
She's also going to be in the new Wednesday season. She got cast as a member in there as well.
Oh, so it's gonna be bad. Okay.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't understand why that. But okay, whatever.
But yeah, so that's kind of movie takes on that. I know you also saw Venom as well, right?
I did see Venom.
How was that?
Venom's a 3 out of 10. I don't recommend anyone watching that movie ever
What?
because it sucks. The thing is, like
Did they blue ball you?
it wasn't even blue ball. It was just like they didn't know what to do with anything. Like
I did hear that the main villain was not actually the main villain after all. What's his name?
Oh, Noel?
Noel.
Yeah, Noel
Yeah,
wasn't
Noel was
there.
not. Yep, Noel was not there. So Noel wanted to. They wanted to have Noel as this main guy, like the
Antagonist, anti-hero.
like a Thanos type of
Thanos level.
right, because he really is. He's really like
Technically, he is. Yeah.
yeah, he's really like
Right.
that strong, but he doesn't do anything. He has like maybe 5 minutes in the movie that he does and that he says something, and he just ends the movie like in a post-credit scene. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna now come and kill all of you" or something, and he has a necromancer sword that you've seen in Thor, Love and Thunder, right? Whatever his name is, Christian Bale's character.
Yeah.
Gore the Butcher.
Yeah, Gore the Butcher. He has a necromancer sword, but Noel also has it in that universe. But they don't do anything with it. They have all these symbiotes that come in and they're in the movie, but they're in there for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and they don't do much. And the whole movie is just it's a very mediocre ending, and I would say a very fitting ending to a very disappointing trilogy. That's pretty much it.
Because like the first one was
I think the first one was
best
decent.
First one was
the second
okay.
one was okay.
No, the second one was the worst one out of all of them. I would say this one is a step up, but only
Really?
because
I did not like the second one.
it's not like Noel. Not a lot of people know Noel. He's a fairly new
People are
character.
kinda- people are just normie fans. They're
Yeah,
not-
Carnage was the biggest. Like Carnage, like everyone
Carnage's
knows Carnage.
design and everything was really cool, but like I think Woody Harrelson's too old in my opinion to be in there.
I liked him as
I did
a,
not- I
but
did not
I
like it.
did not like the story. I did not like how Eddie Brock was able to beat him. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Like he needed Spider-Man to even go toe to toe with Carnage, and you're telling me that Venom is able to do this? Fudge you.
That's why
The real hero.
That's why it's an alternate timeline. Venom.
Did they actually make some teases to other universes? Like, hey,
They did.
No, all they said was like the multiverse is BS. I don't like it.
Blue balls.
That's all. And the trailers were misleading. So in the trailer, right, we thought that it looked like the symbiote little drop that was in the trailer was the one from the MCU. It's not. So basically,
so nothing actually happened in that.
no. So you don't see anything. You see him in the MCU, but this is where it's weird. So in No Way Home, he goes back, but he goes back like the other guys, right? They kind of like disappear.
Yeah.
In this one, he goes through a portal. I don't know why they changed that, but he goes through a portal and said he's like gets sucked into a portal like Goku Black does in Super. Weirdest thing, I don't understand it. I don't know why they had to change that, but they did that because now the portal thing looks like what's it called? It looks like the portals that the monsters use, that Null's creatures use to get to Eddie Brock and to Venom. I think that's the only why they changed it.
Eddie.
And dumbest thing, so this is part of the comic. So because Eddie technically died and Venom brought him back, you think of the first movie.
Yeah.
He has this thing called a codex, which that's what he needs. Null needs to escape from his prison. So this is the way they'll change it. Null is basically supposed to be the king of the symbiotes.
Yeah.
But in this one, the symbiotes trapped him because they didn't want him. They didn't want to be controlled by him. So, but the only way to get out is to have this codex that apparently, I don't know this lore, but apparently, if the host of the symbiote dies and the symbiote brings it back, there's a codex, and that's what he can use to get out of his prison thingamabob.
That's dumb.
So he sends creatures that are almost unkillable to fetch this, but they can only see the codex if he's in the symbiote form. So when he's in Eddie Brock's form, they can't see it.
So you're telling me that Null was imprisoned by the symbiotes, and then he sends the symbiotes to get...
No, he sends these creatures.
They're not symbiotes.
No, they're like these generic creatures.
I thought he was trapped.
No, he can still send.
But he can still send these things. So he's not. He himself isn't moving. It's these things. But it was funny at times. But then you're like, so you can't transform to Venom in this last movie, so you get the least amount of Venom in all the movies. But then you have this weird dance scene with the what's it called?
The lady?
The lady that at the convenience store in Vegas for whatever reason, and jeopardize, and you get caught by the military because of that. I'm like, this is the stupidest movie. Who approved this?
The guys who actually...
All in all, Venom dies. He sacrifices himself because he takes all the creatures and combines them, and he lets acid fall on him, so he kills all the creatures and himself, and it ends. And he finally gets to New York because that's where Venom wanted to go. He wanted to see the Statue of Liberty. And Eddie Brock ends up in New York, but no sign of Spider-Man, nothing. I'm like, this is the stupidest movie.
Holy crap. Okay. So Venom is horrible.
Venom's horrible. Joker's horrible.
Or maybe the TV shows are doing pretty good. How is Dragon Ball Super? Or should I call it Dragon Ball Kids?
It's called Daima. It's on episodes.
Dragon Ball Kids.
No, Daima, because they're minis. Because even in Spark,
I will call it Dragon Ball Kids.
And you can call it Dragon Ball Mini because they're called Mini Goku and Mini Vegeta in it.
I will call it Dragon Ball
you're wrong.
Kids.
You're wrong. Daima, I think, is in episode 6 so far.
Yeah,
and I will say this. So, I will do like every 6 episodes. I will gonna give my review. I don't want to do it every week. The reason I say that is because this is moving. Well, this is why. So the pacing of it, I think a lot of people have an issue with, is because it is like old shonen. Like if you remember shonen in the 70s, 80s, and like in the early 90s.
Well, 90s, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, 80s and early 90s. Their startup was very slow. They had like one thing happen like in the beginning, and then it's just slow. Example, Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho in the first episode, he dies and he becomes a spirit, and he needs to try and get his body back, and they give him these tasks.
Sure.
And it's like 5-6 episodes of him really not doing anything. Nothing really happens.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's nothing happens. So Daima's the same way in it's done in that structure that they get turned into kids, and now they're going to the demon realm to find the guy, his name is Glorio. He takes him because they want to take down the new king of the demons, because it was Deborah, now his name is it's Goma.
Right.
So they want to defeat him.
So they turn to kids traveling to a different world, collecting Dragon Balls.
They're not collecting the Dragon Balls yet.
But they are going to.
Right? They will eventually, but they're not doing that yet. Right now, they need to get to I have to do so much explaining. So the Demon Realm has 3 different like worlds.
Yeah.
So they're in the 3rd Demon world. They need to get to the 1st Demon world, which is hard to get to. But that's who Gloria needs to send him. Now we don't know why the king sent him. We don't know much about Gloria. And in this past episode, there's hints to be like there's something more to why he's leading them to the king. And you find out that there's someone else who sent him. And I'm not going to go into because you don't care. But they sent.
I watch this.
Oh, you watch it. So they sent.
Looking for the listeners.
What's the name? The sister of the Supreme Kai is the one that sent Gloria to get Goku.
Right. Which another thing that kind of bugs me, they introduce gender neutral Supreme Kai.
Well, no, not gender. They said that first of all they're called Glings, I think is their race.
Something like that.
And they all. I knew this part that they come from trees. I knew that part from a while ago because Toriyama said that first. I'm like, really, trees? I'm like, that's stupid. But anyway, the reason that they're quote unquote siblings with anyone is because they come from the same tree. There's like 5 trees that they're born from, and if you're from the same tree, you're siblings. So he's the older brother to the one that's working with King Goma. And then you have his older
female sister.
But he says him sister. That's
the thing that doesn't make any sense.
He calls him sister, but he says, but we don't have any genders when we born. I'm like, but then why you look like a girl? Why do you call him a sister? Like, if that's true,
maybe that's what she wants to. Maybe that's what it wants to be
But it
known
doesn't-
as.
Introducing genders in Dragon Ball. Perfect.
Maybe that's what it wants to go as.
Them day.
As a girl, as a she. I mean, they're
But then why
demons.
does she have breasts?
They're demons. They can do whatever they want.
And then they're not demons though. They're Glind, which are
part
not
of the demon
demons. They're in the
realms.
demon realm, but they're not demons.
Okay, maybe they can shapeshift. Who cares?
That's not ever been proven. Why would they shapeshift to be a girl? They don't even know what they are.
Let them. why do you need to have this kind of like, this is concrete, blah, 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 blah.
No, all I'm saying is that it doesn't. They introduced all this stuff that to me seemed unnecessary, like the gender neutral thing that I don't understand.
This is jacking off to jack off because this is pointless.
No. So anyway, overall, like again, it's been a slow burn.
It's super fucking slow.
It is super slow.
It's
I will
so
say this though,
slow.
when Diego and I watched the English premiere in the theaters,
Okay, you guys went to it?
when you watch it like consecutively, it doesn't seem that long. Like we watched the first 3 episodes in English.
It felt like a 20-minute ride.
It felt like 20 minutes. I'm like, is that really like? If you swear, if you watch it week by week, it feels super slow. But if you watch it all it doesn't feel that way at all.
Sí, señor. It's very bad.
Weirdest thing. But you finally were able to see Super Saiyan for the first time, like completely Super
I saw
Saiyan
that.
in episode 6, which is really good. So it's really hard for me to even get right now. It's just super slow. But again, I'm used to watching those old ones and being slow. So
Are you doing that? You're talking denial.
No,
I was gonna say, okay, go for it.
I go
Go for
about
it.
it. I'm watching this because this is the last work that Toriyama put in.
That's also why too.
That's me strictly why. Because if he didn't pass, I would just wait until this was done. I would literally just have waited until this was completed and watch it in one go type of thing. But since he passed, I want to do it. Like, one is out of respect, and then 2, I want to see where there's similarities to GT and what are some differences to his own ideas and what. Because in one of his interviews before he passed, the reason why he wanted to make Daima is because he said when he was making the story for Super, he wanted to incorporate some characters that
Or
he's like,
ideas.
ideas or characters like, oh, but there's no back to them, like no background, like it's like there's no like here's this character that Goku met somehow, some way in the past between this time and this time, but where? Like there's no info about it. So it's like, oh, let me make a story, and then he got invested in the story, wrote the whole story for Daima, and was doing all the stuff, being invested with the
So
anime.
he finished the whole Daima story then.
Yeah,
As far as we understand, he finished all of the entire like
the
from point
storyboard
A
and
to
everything.
B.
Yeah.
Just on Daima.
on Daima.
So Super is still on.
Super, he has storyboards. He has
I don't know.
ideas.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know how far he went with the storyboard, so we don't know how much farther he went past.
Well, he actually had some
superhero.
ideas because, well, no, he did because remember that's why he made Daima because he wanted to incorporate these characters. So he
Yeah,
needed
but
to
I don't know
make a
how much
story.
of the
Story.
I don't know how much of like the plot or the critical points he made
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah. I get you there.
for Toyotaro. I don't know. We don't know. That's all
On
within
top of that,
Toei.
Toyotaro is now his name is like the full
Yeah,
creator and writer for Super.
of Super.
So it's no longer
For good or for
Toriyama.
bad, that it's just going to be Toyotaro.
I think he should get Toriyama's editor because he was the one.
he
needs
needs
he was
his
the bright
editor.
idea to help him out with stuff like his editor helped him with Cell, the idea of Cell, helped him with the idea of Super Saiyan 3, Fusion, and all that stuff. So, and those are iconic things. So I think that editor behind Toyotaro will help a lot.
Yeah, but going back to I'm the same with Diego. Like, I don't think I would have watched Daima had Toriyama not passed because I was like, this looks stupid. Again, they are introducing a lot of new things that I'm interested in because, like, I always wanted to know how the Demon Realm would be used in any way because we've only ever seen it in video games and
stuff.
in like Dragon Ball Heroes, which
Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Heroes.
yeah. So I want to see like what's his official like
view of the Demon
Realm,
and it's very just adventurous. It's very
Dragon Ball.
So
no, very like the games he's made, like Blue Dragon.
Oh, the game, yeah.
Like what was the one that's for Super Nintendo, the really popular one?
the new one that came out, Soundland.
No.
Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Trigger. It's very Chrono Trigger-esque, but like the
No, but Chrono Trigger is a little different thing because
but I'm saying like his ideas of like how the
designs.
landscape and the creatures are. It's very like
Yeah.
the
I would
games
say
he's
like
made.
like from other creations that he's done, like the creatures and everything, like they fit within Toriyama's view of world building. Like I said, if you took one, like you took the Minotaur that you saw in episode 6,
that
like,
Minotaur's from Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I'm like,
from Blue
I'm
Dragon.
like, what the fudge
it's
is
a little
this?
monster that you're gonna
So,
fight in the game.
Let me tell you this much because I've been watching it. Like I'm curious. I didn't watch Super. Right now, I'm like, okay,
which is fine. I don't think you need Super for this.
So what I did is like, well, I'll start
before.
watching this. Well, at the same time, I've been watching Dragon Ball with my kid. We've been watching.
Yeah.
We're like episode 30, I think. Anyways,
I'm at King Piccolo now. I'm watching Dragon Ball 2.
so what's happening at the moment? Whenever I watch this, is like I can't see. This is like old Dragon Ball.
It is. Yeah.
It is old Dragon Ball, kind of slow, with GT in it. Let's add more elements into it. I don't have particular. I think for me, like I don't mind it. This is Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball.
Yeah, this
But-
is why it feels like Dragon Ball.
But I do feel like a lot of people who mainly prefer Dragon Ball Z, whenever they encounter this, is going to be like, well, this is not what I expected.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So,
I think
That's why I think there'd be some people that never saw Dragon Ball, because especially people in the West, a lot of people, Dragon Ball Z was the first that came out first, and then Dragon Ball came out after in the US.
Right. For me, like I grew up watching Dragon
Yeah.
Ball from the beginning to the very end.
So I watched Dragon Ball Z first, and then I watched Dragon Ball. I loved Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball.
I thought it was
Dragon Ball Z is my
hilarious.
first one, but Dragon Ball is funny. The
I think
English,
the thing that helped me, and I think it would help others, is I was like, this is how Goku became Goku in DBZ. So like, I was like, okay, he can't fly. I need to remember that he can't turn Super Saiyan. That doesn't exist. All this stuff is happening, and then everyone's incorporating. Like Krillin's coming, Piccolo's coming. All these people who are iconic to their OG DBZ, like the beginning, they're all being introduced. So I was like, I had to get in that mindset. It's like, okay, it's nothing like that. And then when I found out how funny it was, that's what made me enjoy Dragon Ball so much more.
And for me, it's a little different. Like for me, I see Goku grow up, and I think for me that's the interesting part. Like seeing him as how he acts as a kid, he powers up, he gets better, and up to me, like after the Buu saga, oh man, this is classic. This is a master, especially the whole Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. Those elements show a lot of maturity of the
Yeah.
story. But when I see
Daima.
this is like, wow, we went back to square one, number one.
This is
good thing you didn't watch Super, because Super he's super dumb.
yeah. It's like this
Until
It's
the
this trope
Tournament of
they're
Power.
doing.
The Tournament of Power, he's smart.
It's this trope they've been doing recently with a lot of characters who were like iconic in that way. They've dumbed him down. Like Luffy, sometimes I feel like they dumb him down in the anime more than in the manga, and then in Dragon Ball Super and Daima, they made him back down to his like when he was Dragon Ball stupid. Like I don't know why they did that.
I see, this is what my beef.
The
I
manga,
told you
super
before.
manga, the super manga, he's not dumbed
Because
down.
if they were to continue like the same progression after Cell, or like, oh, okay, this is getting better. But right now, it's basically reverting back.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to make you. They're obviously you can tell they're trying to recapture the original Dragon Ball magic. Like Goku being silly, being dumb, being whatever kind of thing. I get it, but I don't agree with it because it's not. Just because he's a kid again doesn't mean he should be dumb like that again. He should still be, silly Goku still, but not dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, silly Goku's fine, but dumb Goku's stupid.
But yeah, like I'm kind of curious. Like I'm not like saying I love this or I hate this. I'm just kind of curious, just to.
I'm waiting to see. I'm hoping the next. Actually, I think now. So remember in Dragon Ball, right? You start off with Goku and Bulma.
Yep.
You kind of have,
and they have the same dynamic right here.
And you kind of have, but you kind of have
as well too.
But you kind of have Yamcha kind of following along, but not really. And it takes them a little bit. I think up to like episode 10 before they actually have.
That's when the tournament
Yamcha. No, episode 10.
No. So,
episode 16, I think, is when they finally finish like the Dragon Ball arc. Like after they
collect
peel off, yeah, and everything. I think it's like episode 16 or 17.
No, it's a lot shorter.
16 episodes.
Yeah, it's 16 episodes. But it takes them like 10 episodes to finally get Yamcha like, on board to find Pilaf. Not Pilaf. Oh my gosh, what's his name? What's the oh my gosh.
Lunch?
No. That hurt too. Oolong, yeah. To get them all like finally as a group, it takes I think about 10 episodes. So right now, I think they're gonna do is in the endings.
I think that makes sense because you're introducing the character, you're building the whole character.
Yeah.
But at this particular point, you already know the character. Why do you have to go back and reintroduce everything again?
Well, here's the thing is that I think what they're doing is he's starting this adventure, quote unquote, like he did in Dragon Ball, but he's doing it with one character who we do know, which is the Supreme Kai, but the other one we don't know is Glorio.
Right.
And now you've added a new girl, which her name is Pansy. I think it's
Pansy.
Pansy.
Sounds like
Not
it's Panty.
No, it's Pansy.
But anyway, so you have Pansy, but now, which I like, I want to hear is that you're finally gonna have Vegeta join, Piccolo join, which we've never seen like this, and then we get Bulma again.
Dragon Ball Kids.
No, Bulma wasn't going to join.
Yeah.
Again, in the ending credit, you see her in the demon realm.
So she might.
I think what happens is that you saw in the ending the ship falls down. I think Bulma is gonna fix it, but Bulma's gonna be like, "I'm gonna go with you guys just in case something happens again," because she doesn't know that Pansy's with Goku and the Supreme Kai, right? She doesn't know that.
And there's interactions with her and Pansy.
Yeah,
and the credits.
So it's gonna be interesting because I mean, again, I'm just here for the ride to be like, oh, cool, fun. It's just Daima. It's just Toriyama's little final project. I'm gonna watch it. Again, if it wasn't, I wouldn't watch it weekly. I would wait till everything was done and be like, okay, let me see what this is about.
So right now, if you were to put it on your chibi meter, I won't say final ending because you're probably gonna give the ending at the end. But right now, what's your?
I'd say
level?
like a 6.
6.5 if I'm being lenient.
Okay.
Just because nothing's happening.
Yeah, nothing is happening, man.
But again, the same thing as I've seen in other shonens where nothing happens really. So
in comparison to the new ones,
in comparison to the new ones,
a lot of people are good. Like the pace is a little different. People are not going to be, of course, people that grew up with this environment. Yeah, sure, why not? But
I mean, if you want to talk about slow, like if you watch Captain Tsubasa or Super Campeones in Spanish, you want slow, you go watch that.
But
Great show.
But that's the thing about that. It was made during those particular times.
Exactly. And I think that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring back this old way of telling stories because it's like, he's like, I'm bringing it back because I want to do this story with kids again. To me, was a very controversial, and I don't agree with his idea of making them kids again. But because he did that, he's like, I want to bring Dragon Ball, that Dragon Ball feeling again. And I'm going to do that with how I tell the story, the pacing, and all this other stuff. So that's what I think. I don't know, but that's what I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's in the ending credits, but okay.
Yeah, but
that's in the ending credits. Yeah.
That means they're going to include it. And like I said, this to me is like Dragon Ball GT, have a baby. And let's have that.
Yeah,
anyways,
without
GT.
baby.
It's very GT.
Chibis. Okay.
I like some of the stuff that they're hinting at, with
at least
this.
as of right now. Okay,
They're
so
hinting.
right now,
They're hinting.
if right now in GT in episode 6.
Episode 5 is when Goku turns Super Saiyan in GT, and it reflects the same.
Yeah, no, but
He does the same in Daima as well. Episode 5.
No, episode 6.
No, episode 5.
Episode 5, he does. He does.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of reflect the same. But at this time, I hated Pan. After 3-4 episodes, I was like, the Pan is stupid. As of right now, Glory doesn't talk too much, so I can't really tell how
Girls
much I
are
like her.
annoying. Pansy's
Pansy
okay.
is kind of she doesn't Pansy. I said Pansy.
I heard Penty.
Well, you're hearing what you want to hear.
No.
Pansy is like
Where's the?
she's only been in 2 episodes, so I don't know how she is, but she doesn't. At least she's not annoying like Pan,
so far.
and she's actually useful, unlike Pan.
So far.
So far,
It's not over yet.
and again, the dynamic that she's going to be with Bulma, I'm interested to see. So yeah, about right now 6.5, just because I'm being
All right.
I just want something better right
Yeah,
now.
there's a lot of better stuff in there. Talking about good stuff. All right, since we're gonna be moving into a lot of good stuff, really quick. Wanda. No.
Wanda.
Agatha All Along.
Agatha All Along.
I don't care.
Dude.
You can if you like
no.
it, go ahead. I'm just saying I don't care.
I was gonna say this show has blew my expectations away. You know, a lot of people were completely done with the whole Marvel aspect. Like, oh, those shows are kind of horrible. The storytelling is kind of bad. This show started as their own little thing, and the end result of this show was pretty good. I was invested. Each particular episode was very interesting to see, and there's a twist at the end of the show that really puts everything into perspective, and the way that everything was incorporated, even like the custom designs and the way that the actors were presented, amazing. By far, Aubrey Plaza does a really good job as an actress in this movie, in this show too.
So
Nice.
here's the thing that you need to know about Agatha All Along is, to me, it starts horribly. I
think it
thought-
starts horribly.
I think it starts horribly. It's not the worst one, but like, first of all, I was like, Agatha, why of all people you want Agatha? So watching the first episode, I didn't like that much because she kind of makes fun of different. Well, the show makes fun of different other shows because she's kind of mimicking like a detective show. And she's mimicking these other things.
Yeah.
But it's basically her trying to escape from the reality, from the prison
curse.
the curse that Wanda put on her.
What was the curse again?
She was stuck on television.
Yeah,
Oh, she was stuck in the. Okay.
Yeah, TV series.
but basically she gets out of it and she wants to get her powers back. So she gathers some witches and they go and take and I forget the name of the road, the Witches Road, right?
Witches Road, yeah.
And she needs to do this, and each there's like these trials that need to be done so she can get to the end. Okay, to get her powers back. There's this one kid that's there that is the one that's helping her, but every time that he speaks to say his name, it
Blurs it out,
blurs out,
or
and you see
something happens.
a W, right? W
You see like a curse.
A
They
curse.
just say that.
over his mouth. We don't know, and again, we don't know. We don't know if it's only Agatha. This is where it's interesting. We don't know if it's only Agatha that can't hear this, or if it's just everyone can't hear the name. It was very interesting because I was like, that's interesting because you're just kind of guessing: is it just Agatha, or is it everyone? And then you have Aubrey Plaza, and you have this other coven of witches who are trying to hunt and stop Agatha from getting her powers back. So there's like, she's trying to move and she's trying to manipulate these witches that are helping her just for her own gain, while also trying to get away from the witches that are trying to hunt her.
Okay.
All while Aubrey Plaza's here, we don't know who or what she is. And so from there, like, the trials really open up the characters that are with Agatha, like what their pasts were. And you find out all this like information about Agatha, how she was, how she stole powers, why she stole powers, and it made her a very compelling like character. Like, I was not expecting that. I was like, really? Like, I was blown away. I think by episode 6, I think
Episode
it was 6.
7, I think, is the favorite so far.
By episode 6, I'm like, huh. And then episode 7 is when they revealed Aubrey. This one you probably already know. If
Yeah,
not, spoiler.
I already know.
So you find out she's Lady Death. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then and then you find out I forget, it's Billy, right?
Yep.
Find out Billy. He's also he's obviously Wanda's kid, and so you see him dressed in like his Wiccan costume, which is cool.
So
It looks
is he
actually pretty
alive then? Because I remember, because it was just a figment of her imagination, or did she bring that to life through her imagination?
So basically, she created them.
sick. She did create them.
Oh, but she doesn't know, obviously.
At this particular, no, she didn't, because she died knowing that she couldn't find her kids.
Yeah, but she didn't know that she did create them.
But do they know that they are Wanda's kids?
Well,
Does Billy know? Is what you're asking?
he does, but he also knows that he has another family. It got like that's what it gets kind of interesting because the way that storytelling.
Is he like a body, but like the spirit of what Wanda created is inside of like another person's body?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So which is like I said, it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend people to watch that. I don't want to talk too much about it because I think like people should actually spend some time in it.
I won't watch it.
It's contained, but at the same time, what I like this is because this is a whole, I guess, trilogy of series. There is WandaVision, there's Agatha All Along, and there's also going to be Vision Quest, which is like done by the same producer showrunner.
I think it's about next year.
Yes,
next year.
And I do feel more optimistic of what the show is going to be. Although I guess somebody else is directing it, but everything is going to be telling a story and combining all of that, trying to bring the whole family back together in a sense.
So now you have Billy trying to find his brother.
Oh yeah, the two.
Yeah, so he's trying to find his brother, and then I won't tell you what happens to Agatha, but they do show Agatha in her how she looked in the comics at the end.
So basically, he's telling you how.
No, I'm not telling you what happens. I'm not telling you what happened, but you do see her as she looked like in the comics at the end
with a cape.
Sure. But yeah, I definitely think like it's one of the shows that a lot of people should take a look at. I think Marvel did a really good job, and I really wish that all the shows going forward are more contained, and then put something later on, maybe the ending. And what's cool too, like the last episode is actually a prologue of the whole story. Like it basically unwraps everything all together.
It tells you why everything happened.
Yeah,
it tells you even from the beginning, like how, like why Agatha was Agatha, why she was the way she was in WandaVision.
So it goes back to the title of the story, Agatha All Along, which I think is very fitting.
The Witcher's Road is actually more interesting. Like why the Witcher's Road exists. That part, I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. I will give you props. I thought this show was gonna suck, but it actually became a really, really good show.
Nice.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to mention briefly, and I know I have to because the number one fan has requested it so much over the past couple of times. Arcane. I gotta say, I finally watched Arcane. I watched the first season. I watched the new episodes up to the first 3 episodes of the second season.
Season 2, yeah.
The new episodes just dropped today. And so far, I gotta say, it had a slow beginning. The story is actually pretty compelling. The animation is pretty good. It gives me the sense of Spider-Verse and also like Ninja Turtles, the way that everything is drawn. Okay. And some of the effects are pretty cool. The whole politics that goes around with all like in the particular individual, it's pretty good. So I was pleasantly surprised. Like I said, the first 3 episodes kind of slow burn, just trying to figure out everything else. But after, it definitely paints a picture of what needs to go. It talks about sisters.
Sisters
so
are doing it for themselves.
I feel like it's definitely good. I'm going to talk a little bit more after I watch the second season because I feel like there's a little more to uncover there. But I think they're doing a good job. I think they should make more of that. But I think this is the last season as well too. So
only 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you updated on that. Some rather unfortunate news we need to talk about right now. This has to do, and I'll let Mr. since he hasn't been saying too much, share this. It's on the screen, so you can know what to talk about.
You got new technology.
Okay. So Oda, the creator of One Piece, so about 5 weeks ago, he took a break for 2 weeks because he went to Africa to help set up season 2 of the One Piece Netflix adaptation. Came back, did his 5 chapters, and then he took another. He's going to take another break for right now because he is not feeling well from. I guess he has gout, and I can't remember what some other things he was having, but he's taking a break.
He said he was having high blood pressure in the past. He had issues with the high blood pressure. I don't know if that's still the issue, but
yeah. Well, it's just sadly a lot of.
But it's an indefinite break, right? I think that's what he said.
Let me check. I don't think it's indefinite. I mean, we could check.
I think he had like a couple of, I don't know if it's definitely, but he has to come back to finish the story.
I'm not saying he's not going to, but I thought he was going to.
No, I looked up. It just goes on. It's not indefinite. He's going to go on a hiatus for right now.
Well, okay, hiatus, but hiatus means more than a week or 2.
I think 3 weeks. So I'm assuming he probably will take a break for like at least 3 months or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe worst case scenario the rest of the year. Worst case scenario.
I
But
can see that.
Do you think he'll be the rest of the year?
Maybe.
I think he should. Like, I don't want him to, but I think he should because there's been a lot of mangakas who have passed in the past couple of years, like big hitters, and a lot of them have unfinished work or work that was coming and then it's never going to be done. And I think he has like a reality check of it, especially with Toriyama Sensei passing. I think he needs to be like, I need to take care of myself as much as he wants to do this because he is a workaholic. Like when he went for surgery like 10 years ago I can't remember what it was. He was still drawing while he was in pre-surgery, and then when he got out of surgery, he was drawing again. But he needs to take a break when it's important, and I think he's realizing that now, and I think it's good because I don't want him to abruptly, knock on wood, pass for something stupid,
Well, not to mention has been very busy as well with the whole helping the production of the One Piece show, the new One Piece remake, of course the manga as well.
Yeah, so he's taking on a lot, and then he's like I've said, I think he's being smart with taking a break as much as I wouldn't want him to do it.
Right.
I think, like I said, I want him to take this break, and I want him to build his energy back up. As a fan, yearning for more of
One
Piece. I don't want that, but it's needed. And yeah, I just can't reflect how important that is because I don't know if he's the type of guy where he won't tell he has like a legitimate staff now. Like before it was just him and like another guy. He would draw, the guy would fill in the ink. Now he has like a staff. People who will draw some parts, do this and this, all this stuff. He has a staff. And I don't know if he's the kind of guy who doesn't have a storyboard for his staff in case, God forbid, anything happens. But I think with the passing of Toriyama and a bunch of other people, I think he's like, I need to do this in case my work goes unfinished. If I pass, my work here is done. Here's all my work to finish this for you guys.
I do hope that happens because I don't want to get to the point like, well...
Yeah, if I were not to finish this after 30 fucking years, I would be pissed. Like, it sucks. It sucks. I'm saying
It
it
could
sucks that he
happen.
dies.
It could happen.
He's gonna take a book from Quentin Tarantino and be like, "F you fans, no One Piece," and he dies.
That would go out. That would be hard. That would be cool.
I would
at the
laugh.
same time.
I would laugh. I would laugh at that. Be like,
How dare you, Dade?
But
This is a respected individual.
like,
I'm glad he's respected. I just think it's the funny thing.
yeah. So
You should
I want him to do
agree.
this. I want him to be okay. I think he's prepping because this guy he's a Batman type of thing. He preps. So I bet you anything he's not really drawing when he's recovering, but he probably has his team doing everything. Like prepare for this, and this, and then when they come back at whatever time, let's say end of the year and next year starts, and he's like January. When is the Thursday? What does he release manga? Like every Tuesday.
I don't know, Japorean. When is it?
Usually a Monday.
Okay. I was just saying January.
I thought
6th.
it was Fridays, but I don't know.
I was saying January 6th. He's like, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I'm ready. I'm good to go. I took a month and a half break. Let's slap this bitch in the head, and then just releases banger after banger after banger. I'm okay with that.
Cool.
Bangers.
Yeah, just want him to be healthy and safe. That's literally it. Because
I think-
if we were to lose him, you know how horrible that would be.
I mean, it's going to
That's-
happen
eventually, but I don't want it to be sooner than it needs to because he's in his 40s, late 40s. So he's still very young. I don't want him to die early. I want him to be like, One Piece is finished. It's goated. It's considered the greatest manga and anime of all time. And then he can die
Some
in
people,
peace.
yes.
A majority of people die in
No.
peace. And then that's it. You know what I mean? If he wants to continue, make a new story of whatever, cool. But he dies goated. Like Akira Toriyama. Died goated. Too soon, but died goated.
Hopefully they don't mess up Daima though.
Hopefully he doesn't, but we'll see.
He's already dead, so it's goated. So it's just after.
So,
I was going to say something about this. I think they should spend more time on the TV, the show itself. I think I'm looking forward for that.
Well, yeah, for the next 6 months, they're taking a break from the main story and they're redrawing the Fishman
Yeah.
arc.
Which
I don't know. You say that, but I still don't know which one that is.
That's after the time skip, where that
Okay.
picture comes from.
So I was going
Okay.
to say one of the actors from the One Piece, Mihawk, He was actually yesterday to watch the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
No, not Mihawk.
He was there.
Crocodile.
Oh, he was with Crocodile.
Crocodile was
They were
there.
together.
Yeah,
It's what's his face?
the Italian last name.
I forget his. The one that was married to Sofia Vergara, right?
Was.
The one that was.
He was also in Spider-Man.
He was Eddie Brock or not
no,
Eddie.
he
It
was-
was who's the other one
Flash.
that was Flash? Yeah, Flash Thompson. Isn't it
Joe
Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello? Yeah.
They were at the fight.
He is Crocodile. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
his Crocodile.
So okay, so I'll give you an update.
This is the reason why we had to postpone that recording yesterday.
I'll give you an update on this, okay? Because I've told Miles that I would read One Piece. Right now, currently, according to I don't
You're
know much of the
literally
story.
reading a sentence a day or a month.
I'm right now.
You're literally reading a sentence
I'm
a
in
month.
Skypiea. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
I know that's the chapter I'm in. I don't know anything about the story so far right now.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you any of my reviews on it. I just want to give some
Update.
points things.
Okay.
Right now, Alabasta is now my favorite arc. Right now,
Good.
what the heck was that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Well, that's
so
him.
Alabasta is currently my favorite arc. What was I going to say? I think the Giants Island
Uh-huh.
is my least favorite arc, and I think it dragged way too long. And I don't like those giants. I don't know what the arc that's called, but when they meet, it's after they meet like the Sunday, Wednesday, no, and when they meet
Wednesdays.
Vivi, yeah. So that was the part of my least favorite arc right now.
Uh-huh.
Crocodile is awesome. I liked him. I think Luffy. I think anything Luffy winning just really astounds me because I don't like it. It really bugs me that he wins. Tony Chopper's his backstory, his actual story in Bomb Island is my favorite one so far of backstories right now. And I will say this: I really liked the ending when he leaves, when they make the cherry blossoms with the snow.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was really cool. I actually watched that. I read it. I was like, I wonder how it looks like watching. First of all, I don't like the animation. I know it's like in the 90s, so it's hard to watch it. But the actual like seeing it in color was actually really cool.
There was a retelling of the Chopper story on Netflix. You want to watch it?
I've never seen it.
No, if you want to watch it, it's
Oh,
in
okay.
there.
I only saw like the Netflix one, like just the original run. But I think one thing that bugs me of One Piece, and I don't know why he does this, but I'm really tired of watching all of the ugly crying every single time. I hate it so much.
I agree with you. I was at that. I was on that same thing. But when you see why they're ugly crying, it makes sense.
It doesn't.
No. The trauma or the stuff
Luffy
that
does. I did watch it. I
the
did
stuff
read
they
it.
went through. Why wouldn't you
I
ugly
did
cry
read it.
that way?
No, you're telling me you're gonna ugly cry, snot coming out of your nose, ugly cry every single time that happens. No,
No, but you see like the
When
issues
okay,
that happened.
the one- yeah,
Why
I did.
Chopper cried?
I know.
Because his
that was
friend
good.
died?
That was good.
no, not when his friend died. Is when he leaves, when he sees the cherry blossoms.
Let them have emotions, man.
Yeah,
No, I don't like it. It happens so often that to me it loses its purpose.
Once
right
you
now.
get to a certain point, you understand it. I guess in the beginning he kind of took advantage of that.
He does it all the time.
But he makes it more.
The thing is, like, okay, and here's another thing that for me it's hard. It's really hard. Is he makes these characters ridiculously cartoonish. So whenever something serious happens to me, it's really hard to get him. Like I know, I know Maz has always said this is my favorite. This is so emotional in parts. Again, I haven't gone to those parts, all those parts that he's talked about because he's mentioned parts here and there, but I don't know when they happen. But like, for me, sometimes it's very hard to take seriously.
No, I
these
can
serious
understand
parts.
it.
I'm
I
just
can
like,
understand it.
I'm like, or see him as a threat, like Warple, like the guy.
Warple? Oh, he's not. Well, he's not really a threat.
He was the hardest thing to like take as seriously as anything. Like it's just my personal thing. Like it's hard to do it. Like I know Dragon Ball had those wonky characters,
And that's why Oda
and
was
that's
also
what he
inspired.
inspired it. But he makes the wonkiness to a whole other level, in my opinion. Which is why I'm like I'm not enjoying too much of it. When they actually are just serious, I like it. But I feel like he has to make it so comedic and so much all the time. Sometimes it distracts me from what's happening in the story because I do get distracted. But I'm like, why do you have to draw him like that? Like in this particular
Well, that's his
part.
style.
I know it's his style, but that's something I don't like. It can be a style, which is fine. I personally don't like it. And again, I'm still not hooked on it. I do like Alabasta, but again, I wasn't like reading it like, what's happening next chapter? I was like reading it, oh, okay, cool. And
You like
keep
the
going. So I'm
send-off?
still going. Yeah.
That was cool.
I understand that was cool. So again, I'm getting into it more.
Okay, that's good.
I watched how much filler there was. I don't know why people say like
Don't
there's no
watch
filler.
it.
No, it's
when
way
I was
filler. It's
when
a
I
lot
was
of
no
filler.
when I was reading when Kureha and what's it, Dalton? Is it Dalton? The one that got injured from Whirlpool? Whatever, I can't remember his name.
The
Dalton or Walter, something like that. And they talk about how Luffy's wanted, and that's how they introduced Ace for the first time.
Yeah.
I saw it in there. They did some type of weird talking for like 10 minutes before they even got to that part when they're sitting down like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
I keep telling you, to anybody who wants to get into One Piece, just read One Piece. Don't worry about the anime. Don't even watch the anime.
Dude, it's
Because
hard.
it's a lot. That's why I actually never finished watching the
Like
anime.
if
I only wanted to watch the Cherry Blossom League because I was like, I wonder how that looks like
Yeah,
in
yeah,
drawing.
yeah.
if you
So-
want to watch the anime, wait until the new remake comes.
No, I'd say
I feel like it's a more a cleaned
I
up
would
version.
say if you finish reading some parts and you liked it, I would say just look for those scenes just to rewatch.
Yeah, the
it.
only-
just to see
That too.
how well
That
it
too.
translates to you. Because some things are funny, like some scenes that you read that are funny, and then you want to see that animated. Like there's one scene that you'll see when I'll just say as a combination. That's a funny scene in the manga, but then like when you see it in the anime, it's even funnier because it's so stupid.
I think my favorite scene
You
that
know
I
what I'm talking
actually,
about?
Yeah, yeah.
even though I
super
liked
funny.
Alabasta, there's not a scene that I wanted to like watch in the anime, but the scene that I did want to watch is when Vivi accidentally says Crocodile's name, because in the manga when I did see that, when I saw their faces, I did bust up laughing. I was like, because he says Crocodile, she's like, and then Luffy's like,
What was his
I-
name again?
when she says Crocodile.
Oh, she doesn't call him Mr. Sun.
Yeah,
whatever
Mr. Number One, Mr.
Mr. Sunday or something.
Something,
like
something like that. And she said, calls him Crocodile, and she like covers her mouth, and Luffy's like,
So
I laughed out loud in that panel, so I had to watch. I was like, what the freak is...
So what's cool about this is that Toei Animation have made movies to recapture certain arcs of the story. Alabasta is one
Yeah,
of them. too.
Alabasta is a movie.
So if you want to
if you want to do that, you
just
can.
watch the movie.
It's like an hour
There's
and
Well,
20
but
minutes.
no, correction.
Correction?
Correction?
That wascally
Question.
Wabbit?
How much of that is cut out from the main story? Like if I were to, let's say, if let's say I didn't read Alabasta, but I wanted just to watch an hour and 4, is that enough, or did they cut out a
Good
lot
question.
of?
I've
I don't
never
know.
watched it. I just know that it's
I
there.
watched it.
How much did they cut out of it? Because I know they did one for
They did like a lot of the
Warpool.
big
I think I
arcs.
did watch some of Warpool.
They did. Like they
but
have all
did
the
cut
movies
out
on
a lot.
Netflix.
They did Skypiea. They did that one, and then they did another one.
Yeah, I was gonna say just I think it helps you kind of gets the whole story without
Like,
having. Cause,
Did you already pass, or you at Skypiea? You did Skypiea?
He's just barely got to Skypiea.
According to the little guide, it says I'm in Skypiea.
Okay. I had the hardest time reading Skypiea. I was personally bored. If you want to, just watch the movie so you can bypass it and then read the manga. Like,
Oh, I promise I'd read it, so I don't need to read it.
okay.
I mean, you can read it, but if you
I was
want
so
to,
bored.
it's
No,
just you can watch the movies.
I
was
promise.
so bored
I
Skypiea.
promised Miles that I would read it, so I'm going to read it.
Me.
Commitment.
I promised Miles.
I'll say just go read
I
it.
said
I'll say read
if-
it.
If you watch Coco. But anyway,
I did
will-
watch Coco.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
And
Is
what I
if
can
you watch
say the
Coco, I
caveats
would
are You
read.
can watch and skip it.
Anyways, it's good. One Piece is good. Like I said, if you don't watch the anime, I mean, there's a lot of things in there.
I won't give my,
Like I said, just
I won't
watch
give my
scenes.
opinion on it at all until I finish
Good.
and got caught up.
Like I said, just watch certain
Get to
scenes.
get to the time skip at least to give us a
You want me to go to time skip and then give you like my?
like yeah, how like
Yeah,
have
I
to
will,
check. Let's check.
I will tell you this. I did get spoiled on some stuff, and I'm
course you
super
did.
pissed. It wasn't because I wanted to. It's because I have a buddy who's asked. He asked me about it, and when I was at Loose, and he's like, "Where you at?" I'm at Skypiea. And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Did you know this?" And then I told. This is my fault.
Hey, did you know this? That's
This is my fault because I told him like, "Oh, I accidentally got spoiled because we were." I said when One Piece the live action was going to come out, they asked the cast about what's happening in One Piece in the manga. And they mentioned about the new the warlords, and they mentioned that Buggy's one of them. And I was like, "What?" And I told Diego like, "Are you serious, Buggy?" And he's like, "Yeah, technicality something." And he's like, "I'm sorry, God." And then he proceeded to tell me who's on his crew, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? How the heck did this effing guy have Mihawk on his effing crew? I was so pissed. I don't care what type of explanation or what type of technicality. I'm like, screw
He's
Buggy.
literally the Mr. Satan of the One Piece world.
Buggy.
And it's even worse.
Because he actually gets it.
But I hate it. That's what I hate. He's successful in some kind of ass pull.
But
I don't like it.
And his what's his name? His reasoning of why they're following Buggy is because he's a good leader. He's like, yeah, because he was with Ace, right? He learned all this stuff from
Yeah, if you see his
when the
lineage,
Rogers, yeah,
He was
when
part of.
he was one of Rogers'
associated
crew.
with pirates. Okay, I didn't want to. If you already knew that.
Yeah, he
I didn't know he was.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
I knew that
with the
before.
people
Yeah.
who's been associated with, it makes sense because he's strong by association, and so.
But he's not strong. He sucks.
No, he's
He
strong
just knows people.
by
He just
association.
knows people.
That's why
He
I'm
has
doing
good
this,
connections.
air quotes with the camera. You can see it. He's strong by association, and then once you get to a certain part of the manga, that's why he's considered a leader because when shit hits the fan, he's doing it through selfish reasons, but people are dumb, so they're like, oh, Buggy. And
I still hate him. I still hate
You'll
it.
hate it more when you get to that part. Like, but that's why he skyrocketed up to that point.
Skyrocketed.
When you see that, you're just like,
Skyrocketed.
really, this is why they did this. That's literally you're going to be at that point, and you're just like, this is so stupid. That's how I felt too.
I'm so super pissed.
Because
I love it.
You know how you get spoiled? I got spoiled this way. You get the cover art of the volume, and that's literally what it shows. Like the 4 warlords, and you see him just.
Isn't it 7? I thought it was 7.
No,
Maybe I read it wrong.
No, oh well. There's emperors and there's warlords.
Oh yeah, sorry, emperors and wars. Hey, my bad.
Yeah,
my
when
bad.
they show the cover of the 4
Warlords,
of
yeah.
the 4 emperors,
Emperor. Sorry.
and
There's
then
warlords
and I
and
saw
emperors.
his face on the top. I'm like, and I had to read it. I'm just like, what did I just get spoiled? And I'm just like,
See, that's
I
what you
hope-
read before that.
I
was
hope, I
so
hope Miles
mad.
watches this part because, like, yeah, Miles, he told me that Mihawk. I'm like, how did you convince Mihawk of all people to join your crew?
Tak no Jutsu.
Fudge you. I hate it. I hate Bugsy. I hate him. Every time I get spoiled about his stuff and with his accomplishments, makes me more mad. More mad
he's
than when Mrs.
the
Satan.
Hercule of One Piece, but like times 10.
And he actually accomplished things.
Oh, I hate it.
Hercule accomplished it. He won his world tournaments fairly because
Right.
he did. Yeah, he
By default.
he won
118. How did he win
world
that
tournaments.
That is a world tournament. That's a martial arts tournament.
Not. Oh, it'd be before Z, before like the Z characters. Like when he did those tournaments, he was the strongest.
Okay,
Regular human
okay.
with no powers. Yeah, he got the people to unite to give Goku energy, even though it was a lot. But he got him voicing that helped, and then his money to fund
the only one.
his money to fund like the Z Warriors, like Goku. Remember in
Yeah.
Super, if you let me knock you out, I'll give you this money. Okay, yeah, and then he got like 30 million zenny. So
Okay.
it's
was stupid, but
yeah,
you know,
I get
whatever.
you, but Buggy's times 10, and it's frustrating when you
Does
hear
it
about
bug you?
I hate you so much.
Anyways, continue on. But yeah,
All right, cool.
Anyway,
Well, good
okay,
update
so-
on One Piece. We'll continue, hopefully, when they get an
So
update.
at the time skip, I'll give you like my review
Like a
of the
check-in.
first half.
Yeah.
I guess is it like middle?
Uh,
I can't remember because
Once
it's
you
not.
get to-
I think they told me
I don't
it's
think
after the
time
after.
skip is
It's after,
middle.
but I think it's
Sky, no, it's Skypiea. Then there's another big one, and it's after that one, right? Something
Skypiea-
about the-
Marine 4?
Oh, Skypiea. Then you get the island.
they get into islands, and then there's the Marine Port.
Then
the Prison Break.
No, then the Robin part, and then that.
Oh, that's right.
I did
Oh,
get.
yeah.
I did get spoiled about someone else, and I can't remember his name. Was it Blackbeard or about his not his hockey?
Devil fruit.
I think it was his hockey. Because it's something he told me that like I think it's Blackbeard. I can't remember the name, but he can like basically hear or feel the vibrations of something like within like 3 kilometers.
That's not Blackbeard. But
Who is it then? I can't remember
I
who it
don't
was.
remember. I don't remember who's.
It's someone like that. I don't think it was the fruit. I think it was the hockey or the.
There's
No,
different
it's not
types
called
of
hockey right now. They call it no. What was it called? It's not called hockey. They introduced it as something else like not mantra. What is it?
Rio.
No,
Rio's
they had
not till
another
later.
name. No, they had another name for it.
No, it's a Rio or hockey.
Oh, I thought they said something else. But anyway, he has like something where like within 3 kilometers like he can hear or something. So if someone's talking about him, he can like send lightning and just.
Oh, that's Skypea.
I'm not in there. That's what they asked me about, and he already explained that to me.
It's not
has to-
hockey though.
No,
is
it's
it?
just an ability.
It's his
I thought it
devil
was.
fruit-
I
it's
thought
his
it was
devil fruit
hockey. Okay,
ability.
okay. Devil fruit. I was like, that's even broken. Are you serious? Like he can feel it if he feels someone.
That's why he's dangerous in Skypea, but it's cool.
Cool.
That's broken. Also, one other final thing. I think the fact that there's a human fruit is stupid, and that Chopper ate it, I think is stupid. That's all I have to say.
Chopper's the main.
There's more. There's more silly fruits.
I know. There's a rubber fruit with their gum fruit, whatever that Luffy ate. I know there's two, but I think the funniest one is that there's a human fruit. That's stupid.
Why not?
It's
Anyways,
just stupid.
What if it's? Oh, never mind.
what else we got? What else we got?
I think that's it.
No, we have a few more stuff that we need.
Let's
to talk
wrap it
about.
up because he's got to go.
I
soon.
still have some time. We could talk.
I got some time, man. Why you gotta wrap? Why do you want to wrap things
No,
up?
I'm
Man?
just worried for him.
I'm good. So far, so good. I was gonna say, since we're talking about this, we're looking at this information. I recently heard that they already have cast the members of the Harry Potter trio, but they haven't announced it yet. They will announce it at the beginning of the year. So they actually have them. They just haven't announced the names.
Oh, okay. And then I heard what's her buck is pretty involved.
Oh, J.K.
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
Yes.
People are not happy, obviously, but
They're going to watch it.
I guess the one of the final things I want to talk about. So there was in Brazil, there was a D23 experience that they had earlier this week. So they showed some new information, new trailers. So they showed a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World and for Thunderbolts. Really interesting trailers. So I think Captain America: Brave New World. They first of all, I think they had to show more of it.
Red Hulk.
So they showed Red Hulk, like actual his face and everything, like him walking towards Captain America. They showed in the trailer to me gave me Winter Soldier vibes,
Yeah.
But that good.
which is good. But now there's tons of things like why the question that people had that I heard them asking is why do you think Captain America is right there going? He's not afraid to actually fight the Red Hulk. Looks like he's gonna fight him one-on-one, or at least stand up against him.
How it's viewed. Well, there's
Do you
two
think
things.
Do you think they edited some people out first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for
and then the
sure.
thing that people, because there was two big things that people getting upset about was when he lands and then he has the pressure thing. People are like, how is he able to do that
Supersonic.
without breaking his legs? I'm like, well, if you recall from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that his suit is made out of vibranium.
Yeah, and
So it can
vibranium
absorb
kinetic energy.
Yeah. And then when he's fighting, when it shows he's going to fight Red Hulk, obviously it's a powered up suit, so he can kind of do his things. I'm assuming
He
because
has like a little face covering, right?
yeah, and then I'm assuming too because when Red Hulk throws the car at him, he spins and his wing cuts through the car.
That was cool.
Obviously vibranium, and then obviously with that amount of pressure that car is being thrown at, it would knock him out. It doesn't matter if he can cut through it; it would send him flying. So it's the vibranium suit he has. Is what it is.
Well, that's what people think that his vibranium suit will get destroyed, and his new suit that he fights the Hulk and Red Hulk is going to be made of adamantium.
Oh yeah, because they said that adamantium's coming into it, right?
Yep.
But adamantium doesn't give you powers though? Adamantium's just what? What
It's a
is
material.
Well, no,
It's a
but
material.
what is adamantium? It's like what does the benefit of it do? That's what I'm trying to ask. Because vibranium can, how the Wakanda.
Well, that's the thing. No, it's different.
I want to know. I just want to know.
So vibranium doesn't. So, Shuri made a suit that was already made out of vibranium, but she made a suit that would absorb the kinetic energy and then be able to unleash it.
Yeah.
So I think that when they made the suit from they gave him that same property to the suit, but it's not vibranium itself that does that.
But what does adamantium do?
I don't know. I don't know
That's
what
what
they're
I'm
going to do.
curious what
But the
adamantium
thing is, like,
does.
I don't know what they're going to do with the MCU. How they're going to have adamantium. Now it's going to be.
Well, I think it's going to be
It's
different in the comic
unbreakable.
because for sure.
I think they're going to truly make it unbreakable because vibranium was able to break, as we saw Thanos broke the shield, Cap's shield. But I think they're going to make it so adamantium is stronger.
Yeah,
It's going to be heavier, I think. Because I think that's what they said as well. Like I think adamantium's heavier.
So because Wolverine is like 600 pounds when he has adamantium.
Yeah, and without it, he's like
210,
and his healing factor is way better.
Right.
Well, yeah, he's stronger with this,
and that's why like his healing factor is so good.
He becomes feral.
Yeah.
So
that's what's helping him. With the adamantium, it is used to create powerful weapons and can withstand attacks from both psychic and magical sources. Additionally, adamantium can survive extreme conditions, including nuclear explosions. So if they take that part, nuclear explosions, because Red Hulk releases nuclear energy.
Yeah.
So if he can absorb that, if what you're saying is connected, then he's the best counter to Red Hulk because he can absorb it, or which
he can absorb the adamantium.
They can add that.
Should he could have made it
absorb it, but they can add that to where he can absorb nuclear power and do that. So that's cool.
The only thing that I'm kind of curious, I don't know if I want this or not, but part of me would like to see the Hulk in this movie. But at the same time, I feel like if I have the Hulk, it wouldn't be like a Captain America movie. Maybe.
And my thing is, like, I still think even with the adamantium, she should not be anywhere close to a match to Red Hulk.
Yeah, the only thing I could see.
Well, I think there's more to it.
The only thing I could see the only way I could see what's going on is he just takes hits from Red Hulk so that it absorbs his nuclear power to take him back to normal. That's the only thing I could think of it, because there's no way he should win in a fight technically, fist for fist. Only if it's kind of like Super with Vegeta's spirit fissure. Just anytime he hits somebody or he gets hit, he's absorbing the spirit. So the same thing with Captain America with his suit. If it's made out of adamantium and then they change the properties or the lore of it to where it can withstand nuclear blasts, to where it can absorb nuclear attacks, then Red Hulk would be, disabled in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Disabled.
Well, I can't think of the word. Like
he's disabled. He's not on a wheelchair.
What I'm trying to say is like he's no longer a threat. Like he's been I can't remember the word, but yeah, he's no longer a threat. Like
he's been neutralized.
Yeah, he's been
disabled. I'm in a wheelchair now.
But like he's been neutralized.
He's a quadriplegic now. Good job.
But like, if that were the case, then that would work. I mean, yes, is an ass pull. Yes, is it something that would make Shark King even more mad, because they have always it is the Marvel Cinematic Universe has depowered the Hulks.
Oh yeah, by
so because
even the original Hulk, that the one that looks very bad in 2006,
David Banner Hulk,
the David Banner Hulk, he could literally jump. Miles. 3 miles. Every and this jump. Hulk can't do that. An MCU one can't. I'm like, this is stupid. That Hulk was stronger.
Yeah, dude, that Hulk. When we saw that cool scene in the first Avengers, we're like, I'm always mad. And he punches that space shark. If it was that Hulk from Hulk, he would have made him blow up with the punch.
I want to see more of Hulk.
Yeah,
so I do hope they bring it.
But that doesn't make sense. He can punch that thing, and it basically stops it and kills it. But like any other punch doesn't like disintegrate anyone. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Hulk is not someone to hold back. That's the thing.
He can't hold back.
Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they have to be
smart. When he's smart, Hulk, he can hold back, but not not unfiltered Hulk. Raw power, rage Hulk.
They have to debuff him.
It's stupid because they make
like
him
Yajirobe. They debuff him too. He was too strong.
Like when Hulk goes against Thanos, especially this version of Thanos, Hulk could have easily killed this version of Thanos. But how
But Thanos is also. But that they may also.
I'm saying this version of Thanos.
Yeah, but Thanos should have been stronger though.
Thanos in comic lore, yeah, with that kind of power he has because he's cosmic.
Yeah.
So he could, he could beat Hulk. But this version of Thanos is not cosmic. He's just a dude who got deformed, who wanted to bring balance to the world, and he has some.
That's how
that's his chin. That's literally he's deformed.
I think that's how. This is people.
People don't have that. He's deformed.
How do you know? You never saw.
That's what I said in this thing.
Wait, we're talking about
comics. That's what. Yeah. Anyways,
he was born like that.
Yeah, he's deformed. You can be born deformed. It doesn't just happen out of accident. But
it does happen by accident.
But he's not that strong compared to his comic book lore.
Yeah. They've all been
Hulk.
Lowered.
If it was 2003 Hulk fighting that Thanos, easily just snap his neck and that's it.
So I'm intrigued about that. I'm intrigued about also
Thunderbolts.
They basically on the trailer it basically
Thunderbolts
tells
looks
you
like not Justice League, Suicide Squad
Squad better?
Yeah.
It looks better.
It looks more fun than before. The other trailer was like, it was super try-hardy. This one's kind of the same, but it's like we're trying to make it fun. So
and they basically tell you who owns that Avenger Tower now.
Yeah. But here's the thing: like, I don't know what they're gonna do with this, because in the Suicide Squad they're fighting that witch thing or whatever it's called, and super powerful. I don't know how they beat him. It was dumb.
Enchantress.
Yeah, but now you have. I don't know if Sentry's going to be the main bad guy.
Sentry's not the bad guy,
But Sentry, if you don't know who Sentry is, he's basically the MCU Superman,
but stronger.
I think he has a power of 300,000.
I don't know.
I think it's 300,000 exploding stars. I think it's something like that. Some astronomically super strong. Yeah, this is now the strongest. He is the strongest character in the MCU now. How he's gonna be portrayed, I don't know. I'm kind of worried they're gonna do something like a Superman, a Justice League thing where they're gonna have a threat, they can't do anything, and then Sentry comes in and does just
last 10 minutes
in 5 seconds defeats him.
He's like, he just poses like Superman, flies to where it is, and they just
because that's what they did with Justice League. In the Josh Whedon one, like right, he just destroys him in 2 seconds. Steppenwolf is done, and the other one's couldn't do anything. In the Zack Snyder one, still wasn't as good. Like they made it a little bit better, but Steppenwolf still couldn't do anything towards Superman. Same issue. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I am intrigued to see what they do.
I think it's Marvel's doing a lot of cool stuff.
I hope. I
Even
know
the trailers for the new like What If that they released recently. All the new animation shows that are going to come back.
Season 3 is the final season of What If.
Wonder Man is also going to be there. Rise of Wakanda.
Oh, freak. What's her name?
Marvel Zombies. What are you talking
about? Elizabeth Olsen. She also did say she's reprising her role as the zombie Scarlet Witch. I don't know how much that. I don't know if she doesn't talk, so. But she said she's going to voice the zombie Scarlet Witch.
What's she going to do?
Paid you $10 million to do what?
I'm more successful than my sisters, even though I came out later.
Yeah.
Sad news. But yeah, so a lot of things to look out for. They did say, I don't know if this is a rumor. If I just final thing, I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but I did hear that for Daredevil Born Again, they were wanting to connect they want to try and get at least as most of the
Defenders?
Netflix characters, Defenders, in the MCU.
So basically everyone but Iron Fist. Okay. Good.
No, they're
Damn it.
Again, that's all. As of right now, I'm saying as of right now, it's a rumor. I don't know if that's confirmed, but that's a rumor that I've been hearing.
I mean, they brought the Punisher.
Well, obviously, he's a fan favorite. He's
but they're not just gonna. What's the word? Mention, but I heard in some way they're gonna have cameos.
He has scenes
of in Daredevil Born Again of the Defenders.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay.
Again, I don't know if that's confirmed. I don't know any of that. I just that's the rumor I've been hearing that a lot of people talk about.
So
rumor time.
Final. No. So for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, they said that
the trailer came out too.
They were for the Shadow and Maria story. They wanted to make it right, so they said they're keeping it pretty accurate to what it is. They wanted to be like for the fans.
She gets killed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna die, but they're doing that. And then also this part is a rumor. I'm gonna say it's confirmed in my opinion. They said that this is leading up to either a fourth film or a spin-off, because they said there's going to be a new character shown towards the end of the film.
Oh shoot!
So people are thinking
if it's Silver, no, I don't want Silver,
because I mean you wouldn't want like. Amy wouldn't make anything add like a split series. I think Amy will be shown halfway through this film, but at the end Silver, because then we have a timeline thing, which is weird because that could.
I don't like the fact that they. First of all, Silver came in at the worst game ever.
But people love Silver.
But
I don't know why. I'm just telling you. And then apparently too, there's rumors too. The last one is that they might incorporate a Shadow series.
So Shadow survives.
Maybe he dies.
It's like the whole.
It's all Keanu. It's all about because he's the chosen one.
Fudge Keanu. Gosh, I hate that he's in there.
I dislike it. I think he's gonna be okay because I was looking.
People are saying that he's doing good.
When he does voice acting, not acting. When he does voice acting, he does very well. Because I watched Cyberpunk stuff, and he does very well in that. When he's trying to act, like he's trying to show his face as well as do his stuff, I think he's stiff as a board. But when he's doing voice acting, because he doesn't need to show his face or do any of that stuff, He's very more animated, so I'm more optimistic with him as Shadow.
I heard one of the
So I
producers
wouldn't
was
worry
like
too-
giving props to Keanu because he did put a lot of
Because they
effort
all like
into
dick
stacking
riding
this.
him. That's why.
Also
No
on top of
fudge
that, he
that.
said he really wanted to make Shadow
Yeah.
as he is in the games.
So they make him sound like a 40-year-old instead of a teenager, which he actually
technically
is.
he is 40 years old. He's been frozen. Well, he's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
50
He's been frozen
for like 50 years. So he-
exactly. He's been frozen.
Shadow.
No, that's not. No, get out of here.
I know kung fu.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
At least Sonic does sound like a teenager. The person who voices him, yeah, it makes Shadow sound like a 30-year-old. Stupid.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Well,
No.
he's not like a teenager per se because he's made from the
He is
dark.
a teenager though.
Yeah, but he's made from the dark ooze that makes him that. So he's kind of like
Dark
Yeah.
Ooze, is they no Teen Mutant
No,
Turtles?
he is made from the dark essence or whatever. You gotta play Shadow the Hedgehog. You'll understand what I'm talking about. You don't know that, you don't know lore, so shut up. I do.
You got a point
Anyways,
Yes.
on top of that, Sonic X Shadow Generations, that got a 9 out of 10 because of the Shadow
I need
story.
to play it still.
Miles was telling me it's Sonic Adventure or
3.
for Shadow. I was like,
But he also said that for Sonic.
Frontiers, and he really
Frontiers.
liked it.
He really
and
liked it.
I'll take it for his word.
I'll take it
because
for. I need to play those two. Yeah,
we like the similar games with that, so I'm going to take his word.
I need to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 again.
You need to play Budokai, I think, Sparkman.
I need to finish that too.
yeah. I
Okay,
do.
Sparkman. Yeah, whatever.
I was going to play Wukong too.
You
Anyway.
keep saying that. You haven't played any games. And now
it's
Stellar Blade's
Overwatch.
coming back with DLC.
Now I will.
Come on,
I will do now. I will start doing all of my streaming Monday through Friday to do Sparking Zero
Okay,
Better.
before we start our
Not to
Nuzlocke.
mention Sakurai announced a new game too.
Oh yeah, he did.
You see? I don't know what's gonna be.
Oh,
But
you
It's
see
not
how
Smash
he?
Brothers.
You see how he liked that person's tweet on
The Zelda?
as a cosplay link?
Yeah.
And he couldn't get she's like, to get the sword. I was like, oh, so what we did to make it work was we had Link push the scabbard so he could pull it out, but since he can't pull it all the way, we had to do like a little trick. So like towards the end, the tip he just comes out without the.
Yeah, without it.
It's like that's what they do in video games. I was
Yeah.
like, what? And then I started watching games like Geralt is just. He just bends it and then it's already in there. I'm like,
Well, have you seen how long those swords are?
Trunks
Yeah, that
does the
makes
same thing.
sense.
Well, Trunks does it because
Trunks
Trunks just throws a sword and just.
Trunks also
His
it's
words.
animation. It's easier to do it. You can just make it look short and just.
You know what they could have done? They should have just done like what Cloud does. He doesn't need to do a scabbard. It's just a magnet. Dink.
it's true.
It works.
It's true.
It's a magnet.
I
It's
know,
true.
I know.
It's
Whatever.
it's a dink. And he just runs and holds on. That's so much easier.
What does he do?
He just puts a
What is
magnet.
it?
Dun, 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 dun.
I can't wait to announce a live action with that. I think that'll be great.
Oh, and then one super
Link?
last thing. No, not Link. They were. I don't know if this is true or not. I was seeing it all over, but they were showing live pictures of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, they
And-
show a screenshot of
I
dragon itself.
am
it looks
cautiously
like
optimistic about
it
it.
looks
'cause
like the
that's
character from the movie.
It's a very, it's a
cartoon.
very favorite film franchise of mine. Like the first 3 films, because if I tell you the lore for, but it's just another story. It's sad, so I'm not going to talk about it. But
Some other day.
yeah.
Okay.
Unlike Gundam they're working on live action, so watch out for that.
Okay. Ready Player One.
Too many live actions. I don't want no more Lilo and Stitch. Anyway, the point is,
we are getting Lilo and Stitch.
I know. I don't want that.
It's gonna happen.
You know what they got announced soon? Tickets for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because I want to get it.
Yes.
Once that
Oh,
gets
yeah,
announced,
it's
we
coming
buy
out
that
next
shit
month, huh?
ASAP. Yeah, the 21st or 20th or something like that.
I completely forgot about that.
Bum bum.
'Cause when
bum,
is
bum bum.
Christmas is what? I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday?
I don't know.
Wednesday. So yeah, the 20th is the Friday, the week before that. So 19th because we get Thursday
So I need to
tickets.
watch it before I go to
So
Besame Mucho.
when do you leave? 20th?
I think the 21st, the Friday. I leave the Friday.
That's 20th. So we got to get tickets
The
from
19th.
the 19th.
Yep.
So as soon as that bitch goes on sale, buy it and then buy me some more tickets for Friday and Saturday so I can go 3 times and I'll pay you back.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Alrighty, guys.
What? Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
But there's more, but we'll talk about it later.
It's done. I gotta poop.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks. Remember that you can always watch these episodes here first on YouTube and then later on Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube Music, and Google Apple
YouTube
Podcasts.
Music?
It's on YouTube Music,
I
yeah.
didn't know.
Anywhere you listen to podcasts, it'll be on there. You can also follow us on all of our social media, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P. Thanks so much, guys. We will see you next time. We'll be more consistent to the end of the year with no more breaks.
We hope.
Done with
No,
this
we can't say that. We
shiz.
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
I will say because I am the host. This is David the Smash
Quote him on
Fan.
that.
Mister.
Japorean.
And this is Chivino Podcast. Fudge you, man.